Hello lovelies, it's so good to have you here. Today we'll be making smoky patted jollof rice. Here are my already washed tomatoes, pepper, onions and garlic, and I'm spraying them with vegetable oil. And in my pot I have already washed beef and hard chicken. I'll be boiling both together. For seasoning, I'll be using curry powder, seasoning cubes, salt, thyme, and onion. All the ingredients will be listed in description box below and their measurement. And I will turn it together and let it steam for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I added more water. I covered and let it cook for another 35 minutes. Remove all the meat from the water and set the water aside. In my pan, I will be adding sliced onion. This is totally optional, but at the same time necessary. It helps us to build the taste, the aroma. Don't forget to flip your meat when it's necessary. While watching, please click the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you so much. Tomatoes and pepper have been drying in the oven for 50 minutes. I transferred all to blender, medium-sized ginger as well. I'm adding some of the onions that I got from frying my meat. With this method, you don't need to dry your pepper after blending. It's ready to be used and you don't need to cook it for too long before pouring in your rice. I'll be using the oil that I used in frying my meat. This is very necessary to help us build the aroma and taste. When the oil was hot, I went in with sliced onion. Fry the onions till golden brown. When the onion was golden brown, I added some tomato paste. When your tomato paste have a sweet taste, that's when it's ready. Continue to stir. I soaked my rice with hot water instead of parboiling it. My tomato paste has been frying for a while, 5 minutes precisely, and it's time to pour in our tomatoes, our blended mix. I don't like this shooting stars, it just messes everywhere up. And now I'm going to put in the stock. I did not shift out my stock. I didn't see any need of doing that, but you can go ahead and shift out yours if you want to. I'll be adding all the ingredients: curry, salt, chicken seasoning, paprika, seasoning cube, thyme. I covered the stew and let it cook for 10 minutes. It's time to put in our rice. Don't put too much water. The water should be at the level of your rice. And mix the rice and the stew together thoroughly. Taste your rice if the seasoning is enough. If it's not, add more seasoning. And I'll be using 3 bay leaves. One trick about cooking the best jollof rice is having enough seasoning in your stew. Your stew should be at the border of salt be done dey too much or maggi be done dey too much, because when you pour the rice in your stew, the rice absorbs the taste, the ingredient, the salt, the maggi and the seasoning. Is very important. I will cover the rice with foil and cook on a low heat. I cooked mine for 20 minutes and I'll be removing the bay leaf, because when you leave bay leaf too long in the rice, it tends to leave mild bitter taste. I will stir my rice together, and now it's time to make our rice burn. For you to get a smoking rice, your rice have to burn. That is what it basically means. Having a smoking rice means having a burnt rice. And I'll be using butter. Butter just gives it extra moist and extra taste. I cooked for a very high heat for 5 minutes. Mix together properly so the butter go round, and our smoky rice is ready. As long as you let your rice burn, then you get a smoky rice. Some people will say, no, I don't want my rice to burn. Rice have to be burned. You have to give some to the gods. The gods deserve to eat as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Bye.